here in Mexborough in Doncaster, South Yorkshire. Mexborough was recorded in the Domesday Book as Mexborough, with Mex referring to an Anglo-Saxon name and Burg meaning a fortified place. Castle Hill Grounds gets its name from the 11th century Motte and Bailey Castle that was built there following the Norman invasion of Britain. The church, St John the Baptist, also has pre-1800s elements as well. Now, Mexborough, like a lot of places in South Yorkshire, had a modern economy that was mainly industrial. It relied mainly upon quarrying, coal mining, ceramics and railway locomotive maintenance. We're here today at the Mexborough Athletic Sports and Social Club. Mexborough Athletic was formed in 1903 when it was called Mexborough Town. It then changed its name in 1924 before it went on to win the Midlands League in 1926. We're not here, however, for football. We're here for flat caps and to try and beat a world record. The flat cap originated in 13th century northern England. An act was passed in Parliament in 1571 stating that all males over the age of 6 had to wear a woolen cap or else they'd be fined 3 farthings. This was to try and boost the woolen trade of England, although the act was then repealed in 1597. The act also didn't apply to the wealthy or the nobility, and thus the flat cap became the symbol of tradesmen and apprentices, and thus became a symbol of the working man. We're here in Mexborough on Yorkshire Day to try and beat the world record for the most amount of people wearing flat caps in one location at the same time. Yorkshire Day started out as a protest in 1975 to try and fight back against the Local Government Act of 1972, which drastically changed county boundaries and how local government worked. The 1st of August was chosen to commemorate the Battle of Minden, which took place in Germany, in which Yorkshire soldiers chose white roses to commemorate their fellow fallen. Given that the flat cap is a symbol of the North and of the working man, it seems a fitting world record to beat. But the question is, can we beat it?
Well, Josh, it actually just came about literally 6 weeks ago, and we'd been at a health and wellbeing festival at the weekend at St Catherine's in Doncaster, and a gentleman came to see us right at the end of the day who was just coming out of their care and transitioning back into assisted living, and then hopefully moving back onto sort of being back on his own 2 feet again. And James said to me that he'd got an idea and asked how spontaneous I was. And I said, well, it depends how legal it is, but let me know what your idea is and we'll see how it goes. And he just mentioned Yorkshire Day and flat caps and doing a challenge for a world record, and I was like sold straight away. So we set about doing that. Yorkshire Day, it had to be on the day, which has meant that we're here on a Thursday, which is a little bit difficult for some people, understandably. But we went for it nonetheless. And unfortunately for James, I think he's overdone it on his way out of care, and he's ended up back in care. So we did lose one of the main guys part way through the proceedings. We've not done too bad though. I think we've got probably 120, maybe 150 people who've attended today. Our target was a lot more ambitious than that. The record that we believe stands is 571. So it's proved as a great dry run for us for next year. We know what we need to do. We know we need a lot more communication and planning than just 6 weeks. But if we can get this in 6 weeks, I think in 12 months we're going to get a really good target. just making sure people had flat caps, pointing them to where they can get a flat cap if they didn't have one, and just using social media. Facebook in particular has been the main thing, and lots of groups. I mean, fortunately Facebook in this local area is really well used, so we just used as many groups as we can and got key people to share and share for as much as we could through that 6-week period, and that's literally been all that we've had to do. We've been very fortunate in that Tubies and Robbo's and Uncle Les's as well, don't forget the ice creams, they've supported us, they've come along, they've not charged us for their services, they're obviously charging for food, and you know, what they've made hopefully will cover a good part of their costs of coming. But it's been really good to get local businesses supporting us. It's a great sign for next year. We're going to do really well. I think what we've seen is actually a lot of people who we don't know turn up for something it's a little bit quirky, but flat caps are a lot more in popular use, I think, these days probably than what they were maybe 20 years or so ago. So it's good that they're getting a little bit of a revival, and we've been able to involve local market stalls. They've supported us. I mean, the whole thing is Monday nights, which is our men's mental health peer support group. It was all about mental health and raising awareness for that, and doing it on the back of it being Yorkshire Day. So just getting people involved, and it's lovely to see members of the local community, and we've even one guy who's driven all the way from Leicester today to do it, so that's been really good. Yeah, certainly for next year's I think we might actually do it on the Saturday, because Yorkshire Day is on a Friday, so it's not too bad, but Saturday gives us a lot more scope to have a proper all-day event, or an afternoon into the evening event, to make it a bit more meaningful. We could get activities, events, rides, bands potentially, and put some entertainment on and just make it much more of a day for people and make it more worthwhile for them to come out. I just think really the message is mental health. You know, it's very much on everybody's minds right now. It's come to the fore since COVID. There are many groups about. Support your local group, support whatever group you can. So do that, and supporting each other as well. We're a men's mental health group, but it's not just men, but you know, men generally are not as open about talking about things like that. And all I would say is come along and have a chat with us. It's not really heavy sessions, it's nice and relaxed. Just come and have a conversation. We talk about anything and everything, and it's a safe space for people to come along. So do that, support people, and look out for the men about your life, you know, friends, family, relatives, work colleagues as well. You never know what's around the corner for them.